And if the audiences enjoy it, there's a lot of money to be made with movies, but beware, it's a very risky business. And all of you who want to own a TV station can forget about saving your dimes and quarters, because it's a real big spender's game. The Tribune Company of Chicago says it has agreed to buy KTLA TV in Los Angeles for $510 million cash. That would be the highest price ever for a single television station. The previous record, $450 million, set just last week when the Hearst Corporation agreed to buy WCVB TV in Boston.
Can hardly wait to see next week's big number, huh?
No kidding.
Track 3, The Search for Spock, is the #1 seller according to the latest Billboard charts. Jane Fonda's Workout is second, Gone with the Wind third, followed by Prime Time, another Fonda entry, and Purple Rain. Video cassettes have been a booming business for the last 2 years or so, but there's always been one dark cloud on the horizon.
American manufacturers lose billions of dollars every year to counterfeiters. But now a Los Angeles-based company has developed a system to help reduce the counterfeiting of records, tapes, and video cassettes. It's called light signatures. The system sends a laser light beam through a spot on the paper packaging audio tapes, albums, and video cassettes. Through computer analysis, every piece of paper looks different, so it's just like taking a fingerprint. Right here, the unique fiber content of this piece of paper has been analyzed, and that number represents it. So it is a non-counterfeitable system. Since the system is new, only a small handful of record companies and video suppliers are now using light signatures. Participants include Pat Benatar and Billy Idol on the Chrysalis recording label and Jane Fonda's Workout video cassettes. In each, the customer will find a certificate of authenticity bearing the identifying light signatures number. He's asked to fill it out and mail it back. And if the certificate has been made by a counterfeiter, the computer will spot it. If the customer finds no certificate, he knows the product he's bought is counterfeit. We have identified several sellers of counterfeit product. Some of the people who have been selling this counterfeit product have been arrested and arraigned. Others are under investigation today. If you sell counterfeit product with this technology, you're going to get caught.
The romance of model Jerry...
The summer movie season is just around the corner. 45 films will be released over 15 weeks. That's an average of one new movie every 2 or 3 days. Gene Wolfe looks at the coming summer movie crop and what this all-important time of year means to Hollywood.
Most stars don't sell movie tickets these days. It's the project, not the star.
Clint Eastwood is one exception to that rule. He'll star in Pale Rider. But most filmmakers look to proven formulas and high-concept ideas to sell a picture.
Corn in the water!
And at no time is that more apparent than in the summertime. That's when 10 years ago, Steven Spielberg scared us to death with Jaws, breaking all box office records to date. 3 summers ago, Spielberg did it again with E.T., the all-time box office champ. E.T. will be re-released in July.
Summer is the most important time of the year for Hollywood. It's 13 weeks of playing time when younger males are out of school and spending time going to the movies. Younger males are the best audience for movies because they go to see a film they like many times.
Teenagers have been out in force because 9 of Hollywood's top 10 moneymakers have been summer hits.
I think Rambo could succeed at any time. I think it is the kind of action-adventure picture that people are wanting to see. But of course, just by the nature of the beast, because the summer is a better spot, I think it hopefully will do better business.
Yesterday, we talked a little bit about physiology.
Among the films expected to do big business this summer, Explorers, the story of 3 kids who build a spaceship in the backyard.
We come in peace.
One definite plus, Explorers is directed by Joe Dante, the man who made last summer's smash Gremlins, which, it so happens, will be back on movie screens come September.
You got to give them something worth seeing again. Now, that translates into special effects that really are special, and kids are so sophisticated today, they have seen it all, and they know how it's done. So you've really got to be inventive. That means you got to spend money.
The Disney production Return to Oz aims to give audiences an eyeful. The man behind it produced Star Wars.
A fantasy adventure film requires a lot of time and specific energy to develop the right effects and the right look, and that all takes money. So it is a gamble, but we hope that it will appeal to all audiences, and we intend to market the film as an all-audience film.
You don't understand. This was the yellow brick road.
Return to Oz is a $25 million picture that some people have misunderstood and think is a sequel to The Wizard of Oz. It's not a sequel. It's kind of a continuation of the story, and it's based on 2 other books by Frank Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz.
When they did the 1939 film, they wanted to do it as a vaudeville-style musical. But this film is in the tradition, more the tradition of the books, and we wanted to stay with the straight adventure fantasy.
For an original adventure fantasy this summer, there's Cocoon, the story of space visitors and their secret on the ocean floor.
We'd like to rent your boat for 27 days.
That's my lucky number.
I think Cocoon has a lot of potential. Cocoon has the possibility of appealing to a very broad audience, much the same as E.T. did. It's a science fantasy, and it will draw younger males initially because they love that kind of thing.
How does an Ontarian express affection?
We share ourselves.
All right.
With all those ticket buyers, does the producer of a summer film ever have any doubts?
The only, of course, problem always is that all of the major films seem to come out within those 3-4 week period. So therefore, you've got to make sure that you're one of those top ones. Otherwise, I think you get lost in the shuffle.
One film that probably won't get lost in the shuffle?
The Goonies.
The reason? It's from executive producer Steven Spielberg, who usually seems to know just what audiences want to see.
Can I live with this?
Everyone from Jack Nicholson to Tom Hanks to
Bond. James Bond.
will be vying for the dollar this summer, a season that last year set a record $1.6 billion in ticket sales. And it's no secret that fantasy spells big box office.
The right kind of movie is a picture that your 16 to 18 to 20-year-old male can relate to. A picture about somebody who is 16 to 18 to 20 years old, doing something that 16 to 18 to 20-year-olds actually do, relating to people the way they relate to people, experiencing the same kind of life that they do, or experiencing, if it's a fantasy, the kind of fantasy that they would like to encounter.
Bill Harris inside.